What's going on, guys, and welcome to the channel. So in today's Star Citizen video, you want to be a loot goblin. So let's get into this. I'm going to take you through this. I'm going to take you through some bunker looting, how to kind of get this done. This is more of an update video. I've done this in the past, but with the different cargo and stuff, I think people are still getting confused when actually a lot of the bunker mechanics are still kind of the same. The way you put stuff in the inventory and things like that. It's been the same way in kind of like the last couple of patches. So we're going to get into this. I'm going to show you exactly what you need, what you're going to want to take with you. It's not that big of an investment to get in there to make this work kind of seamlessly. So let's talk about it. Okay, guys, so the first things first, you're going to need a ship, right? So in front of me, I have a C1 Spirit. You do not need a ship this big. It is useful and easy to use, but you can do this in a Titan. You can do this in like a 315P. Anything that can carry about a 2 SCU cargo container, or even just a 1 SCU cargo container will work absolutely just fine. So right here, I have a couple of containers. Now this is what I usually take with me when I'm just gonna go do bunker looting and things like that for the evening. And let me show you why. So a 1 SCU, I don't normally use this. This is for you guys that are probably running around in like the much smaller ships, and it's just easier for you to maneuver and get around and stuff like that. Most of them will at least fit this 2 SCU container, which is what I highly recommend. This is what you're going to want to take down with you into the bunkers. It's about the same width as this, but it's just longer so that you can turn it and it will fit through the doors. So this is your key thing right here, a 2 SCU container. This is what I recommend. The big 8 SCU, you can even use that, a little bit bigger, whatever you need, because the last thing you want to do is keep coming back to having to store your stuff. So I recommend having one of these because, believe it or not, you will fill up this 2 SCU container faster than you actually think. So these three things are the things that I would recommend just to start off with, along with a ship. Now, lastly, I do recommend taking your normal stuff, right? So for me, I've got one weapon, I've got my ammo, you can see, doing good there. Always make sure you take a medical gun or medical pens. I usually have medical pens on me. I'll probably swap to that before I go out this evening. Lastly, grab yourself a backpack for little things. You definitely want to keep some drinks in there, you know, some sustenance, food, drink. And you also might want a place to like store a helmet or take a couple of quick helmets with you if you want to trade while you're there. So these are the basics. Lastly, do not, because it happens all the time, especially when I'm like in a hurry and I'm just trying to get out of the hangar, do not forget your multi-tool and your tractor beam attachment. You're going to have that. And you should notice right away because you're not going to be able to put your storage containers on your box. So those are the things that you need to get this bunker looting started. They're the simplest things in the game. You can buy a 1 SCU container almost practically anywhere at any station, and the rest you can buy at any of the cargo centers. For example, I am sitting here around the ArcCorp area at Bajini Point, and you can buy all of these here. So fly up, land, grab your boxes, and you're off. So, secondly, the area that I actually like to do this in, and you can do this in any area of your choosing, I like to stick around the ArcCorp area because that's just where my home base is, so that's the where I stick to, right? You can stick to wherever your home base is. I like to do these missions that are called the Protect Sites. And the reason I like to do these missions called Protect Sites, which actually aren't even popping up yet, we're gonna get them to pop up here pretty soon. Usually, once you get to, if you jump to Lyria or Walla, they will pop up. I'm gonna show you that here in just a second. But those are the missions you're gonna take. The reason you're gonna take those missions is because you don't have a no trespassing zone, right? You're gonna be able to fly right to the front door, land, and you're gonna be ready to go into the bunker. Once we get there, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to do this as efficiently as possible. I'm trying to make this video here as, you know, straightforward as I can to get this done. We all love to go down and loot and collect armor and stuff, and not only that, but you can make a decent coin, especially if you're a player who's just starting out and you don't have a lot of funds on you. Alright guys, so we have made our way to Lyria, and I will show you that on the map where we're at. You can see right here we're at Lyria, and sometimes you have to jump to Lyria or Walla to get these missions to kind of spawn up. You have to get away from ArcCorp sometimes. It used to not be like that, but I guess that's just the way the missions are working in this patch. So once you get in here, you're going to go to your contracts, and you're going to go to your mercenary tab. And on your mercenary tab, what you're looking for is protect site. Now you have this one, and that one's fine too. It has a little bit of extra, but this one is not on a timer. It stays. So that's the one we're going to go for. We're going to go for protect site. The reason why, again, is because you don't have, you can land right by the facility. You don't have to like go outside trespassing and walk in or drive in. You can land right in front of it, go in, take care of the enemies. There's 10 of them, and that's it. Mission over, and then the looting begins. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get down there, and I'm going to pick this up when we've landed. Okay, guys, we are here at our location, and you'll see up in the right-hand corner right here, it says hostiles remaining 10 of 10. Now, quick tip on this. If you're patient and you just really want to maximize everything you can on this, you could technically wait till maybe that number goes down, like maybe 2 or 3. And the reason I say that is because it means they're fighting down in the bunker, kind of the security and the hostiles, and usually a bunch of the guards will get killed in the process. Now sometimes there will still be guards even when it says 10 of 10, but I've noticed that if you let it go down at least 2 to where it's like 8 of 10 left, there ends up being a lot more guards that have gotten killed. So just a quick tip if you're like super into really trying to maximize everything. Normally I just go down, you know, 10 out of 10. There's usually guys down there, 4 or 5 with decent armor. I grab what I can, throw it in this 2 SCU, and go. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So all you do is you grab your tractor beam, you grab your 2 SCU, and you're going to take this to the door. Now you're going to end up wanting to do this long ways, but you don't have to worry about that till you actually get there. Super tip: close your hangar door. Super important because players can take it. They don't care, trespassing or not. They'll see that container, jump in and go, and then they'll see what they got once they got up into space usually. So we're going to take this baby down into this bunker, and we're really just going to see what kind of loot we can get, and I'm going to show you what the process is of kind of transferring from the enemies and how to go about it, and maybe some tips and trick while you're looting that you can use to kind of like maximize everything and do this much faster. They give you quite a bit of time to actually loot this bunker now, which is really nice. You get like 30 minutes when you're done, and you can get a lot done in that time. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to rotate this over, and if my gun would work for me, there we go, gun. And we're going to take this through the door, if we can be, you know, kind of easy with it. So what you're going to want to do is take it in, and you're going to take this to the elevator. So don't try to rush it like I am. Just be easy with it, and it fits through the door just barely fine. And there we go. So we're going to throw this on. I just wanted to show you guys that it fits just fine. There's your 2 SE container that you're going to fill up with whatever you want and whatever you can. That also includes like red loot boxes and everything. So let's get down here. Let's kill some enemies. I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, we got our weapon out, we got some ammo still. Let's get this bunker cleared real fast, and I'll maybe see if I can speed this up a little bit, but at least y'all can see the bunker being cleared so you can see that this is not a hard process to do. So we got 2 bads there. Two headshots. Oh, took a little damage there. No big deal. Looks like it just hit the armor. This guy shouldn't take too much. No armor. So that's half down. They really come filtering down the door. If you can keep them in the same location, it makes looting 100 times easier. Alright, 3 to go. So you can see these guys are probably up there. I'm going to go ahead and load a magazine up. Alright. So let's go grab these guys real fast. Don't want this to take too long. There's one down. I move over here. That guy's down. And last one to go. And that's it, guys. Bunker is clear. Now you're going to see the time pop up. And it's going to give us probably a trespass warning coming up pretty clear. There it is, 29:48. So, you know, what I recommend is if you got guys up here that you want their armor, all you need to do is, you could see that I was dropping bodies like a lot down here. So what I would do is take these guys, put them right down there so you know where they're at. Here's one of those security guys I was talking about. Drop them down. Anything that you're going to want to take with you, just drop it down there. It makes this so much easier in the long run. Okay, here's let's see here what we got. Bad guy here. Let's take him and put him down here where everybody was going down. This guy has a gun on him. We're going to want that. This guy I don't care about. So what we're going to do is we're going to check these loot boxes real fast. Make sure there's nothing crazy in here, right? So open. 4 magazines. We'll take that. I don't got that gun on me, so we're fine there. You're welcome to run around here for the loot boxes. And this, I don't normally find too many crazy things like railguns and things in these loot boxes in this particular mission. Not to say that they can't spawn, because I have gotten them before, but it's like super rare for whatever reason. I guess because it's not like a super high priority mission. This is more for your armor, weapons, load up. That way you don't have to worry about, you know, buying this stuff later. So we've got about 28 minutes left. We're going to take this last guy down. I'm not going to worry about any... You can go search back there. I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. We're just going to go ahead and kind of start our looting process here. So you're going to need your loot box. So that's where we're going to go grab real fast our 2 SCU container. There it is. Now, I recommend when you get to about 5 minutes, you need to be heading up on the elevator. Give yourself some leeway just in case the box starts glitching out, or, you know, it's Star Citizen, so just give yourself some time. Set this box somewhere close to where you're going to loot. Now, you can move the bodies. Remember, the bodies are easier to move than the box itself. So what you're going to do is when you go to loot, go ahead and go to open inventory and skip all the rest of the stuff. It's just going to be faster. Now, this is not like it was before where you could drag the undersuit and it would all fall off. You're actually going to have to drag this stuff individually, and you're going to see the boxes start piling up, and that's what you want. Don't go too fast because it will start glitching out and it needs time to catch up. So don't worry about that. Okay, so anything that you want to take that is small, like ammo, med pens, I'd go ahead and drag that over. Don't worry about dropping it. It takes too long to pick it up, right? So now that you've got this on the ground, the very next step, you're going to come over here and you're going to see where it says open storage, and that's what you're going to do. You're going to hit F. Now the key is to make sure where you drop these close enough that you can kind of pan around and get to all these boxes. Ignore this side of your inventory. You're going to grab these items over here is what you're going to want to end up doing, and dragging them to your inventory. Now, if they don't load, which happens like it did there, come around to a different point. That is super important to do. You might have to move so that you can actually grab these boxes. The game has been very buggy when it comes to that. And you can see when I grab it, it acts like I can drop it, but you can't. So what it means is I'm not actually selecting these boxes right now. And you just kind of have to maneuver your way around.
Civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. It is not possible
Now, as you can see, it will pull the magazines over if you're in there. Now, for whatever reason, some of these other boxes aren't letting me pick up. They do get glitched out, but sometimes you can drag them. Like if you loot another body first and then come back to them, I'm not sure what the hang up is there, but you can see once you get farther away, you can't get to it. Now, sometimes you can actually maneuver the camera close enough, like in the corners, that you can get to it, but it's kind of rare. So if you can't get to it, you normally can't get to it. So you're just going to keep dragging these things. Anything that you want off these guys is going to go in. So even the gun on the ground. So here's the gun. That's going to get dropped in. So we're going to go to our next body real fast. I'm going to show y'all one more. Now, you do this with every single one of the bodies, right? So you just can pick which one you want to start with. If you don't need them all and you're just looking for a certain armor set or whatnot, you can just do that. Just go over here, grab your gun. If this is one that you want with the cape, you just come over here, drag it to your box. Do your little looting mechanic. I'm going to put that close, that way it's ready to go when I'm ready. So we're going to go right here. And if you happen to make a mistake and click loot right here, like if you click, so I clicked mine in storage. Sometimes when you get them too close, it doesn't work well. So here's loot. If you happen to get into this inventory, all you have to do is come up here to this arrow right here that says open inventory. And that'll take you also straight in. So again, all you're going to do is you're going to drop this stuff. And you'll get super, once you've done this like once, you end up like, 4 or 5, but you just get super proficient at it, right? Look, here's my ammo. I'm gonna throw that over, so we're good there. So all we do is we close that now, then we come over here to the box where we get the F and make sure we're close enough that we can kind of just start dropping all this stuff into this inventory. And guys, that's it. That's all there is to it. It's not as difficult as what some people make it out. It's not as efficient as it used to be, but it's nice that you can still take this to SCU and you can still gather all. You think about this, how fast I did this. Man, you can clear like 5 bunkers and just fill up this entire thing. But as you can see, I've only looted 3 bodies and this thing's already at 35%. So if you get a couple more bodies, it's going to, you're going to fill this thing up. And that's why I brought that SCU container. So we can fill this entire thing up, go up to the SCU container, throw it all in there, and then we're ready to go back. You don't actually have to go back to the base every time. So that's it for the looting, guys. That's all I really wanted to show you. I just really wanted to show you it was the same, how to do it. I wanted to do this more live and stop clipping it in and out, because I wanted you to see kind of how buggy it can be and what you have to do and what you have to try. So I'm hoping leaving it live like this actually helped. But let's get back to the ship, and I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, guys, I wanted to shorten this video on the end. I made it back to the ship. I brought my box with me, as you can see. I'll hit F, and you guys can see all the loot that I took. I grabbed like 2 more bodies after that, and it went to about 70%. So I threw like 1 or 2 more weapons in there, but you can see the haul. This is one bunker. This is one single one of those bunkers, and I absolutely could have very easily filled this up to 100%. So when you're done with that, all you have to do to transfer this over, now you're never going to be able to actually physically, I guess, move it from container to container, or at least right now. Or let me rephrase that. I cannot do it. It will not allow me to do it. So even if you put this container like super close, right? Like even if you were to put it side by side right now, like both of these don't come up. So when you click one, they don't come up, and it won't allow you to actually drag it. Like, so let's say this red undersuit, you can't actually drag it into here. See, it just comes right back. It's something that I hope they allow later. It would be fantastic if we could just take this and then drop it into this container, but you can't actually do that. But what you can do is do it the exact same way you looted the bodies, right? So by that, I mean, you grab here and you just start dropping. And once you drop, you can hit your button. And once you get like a nice little collection of stuff there, you just come over here and then you can grab it and put it into this container, and there it is. And then you can fill up this entire container, take it back, drop it down your thing, take it out of the box, and it'll be in your local inventory. It's that easy. So let me go ahead and show you that. I think that's like an important item for me to show you. Let me get back to the hangar and let me show you kind of moving this over. Okay, guys, we are here at Bikini Point. Now, I'm going to show you how to kind of transfer it in. There's kind of a bug with this. It's not working as intended, so this is probably something that's going to get fixed. I'm going to show you how I do it. I'll test one way first and show you that it's not working like it probably wasn't intended to work. So once you get that on your cargo grid, you're going to come over here. You're going to select it. You're going to move it to warehouse, and you're going to lower it. Now, stay on this screen. It's important to stay on this screen. When you back out, wonky things happen. Sometimes the box disappears. You don't want to deal with that. So just stay in here. Make sure it shows up in this side of things. So there it is. Now, the one way that I think you're supposed to be able to do this is I think you're supposed to be able to double-click this and select all and move it to your inventory. It doesn't actually give you the option when you do that every time. So what I end up doing is I come here, I double click, I open it all, I go ahead and hit select all, and then I move to the storage. But you can see when you move to the storage to try to drop it in here, it doesn't work. It keeps it where it's kind of where it's at, right? So you have the box again. So it ends up taking you out of the box. So the only way that I found to actually get this to work correctly sometimes is that you can move it to here, you come back, get out of your box so the box is still here, select all of this, and then move it over, and you can see that the items are there. So you move to warehouse, and it should stay. When I say should, I mean that it should. Does it always stay? It doesn't. And if it doesn't, I will show you how to do this manually. Manually is the way that I've been having to do it because it just doesn't work. So if you guys know a different workaround than this, I've tried every different combination of this I can try, and I do realize that other people's games are sometimes, you know, more broken. Now there's no button to push, so the elevator was already down. So it was kind of like you were just kind of removing it out of the box. Now I'll show you that normally doesn't work, and we'll do this live. So, you know, quick fingers crossed on this. So here we are at Bikini Point, and you can see that it did not work because here is our box, right? So just something, you know, to know. So you can click this right here to open your 2SCU. Now the way that it should also work is you should be able to move all. Obviously you can't move all, so just a note, you're probably going to end up having to do this manually. Now it doesn't take that long. It really doesn't. I mean, you can start dragging this stuff pretty quick, and to have loot, it's, you know, it's perfectly fine. So that's it, guys. That's the way you do this. Hopefully they fix this inventory stuff. Hopefully they fix this move all button that has been busted for like a patch now. Just really looking forward to some of this stuff, getting these small things that make the gameplay so much easier fixed, right? Now you can see it's taking it, and you can watch the percentage to make sure what you're dropping is actually staying gone, because sometimes, you know, they pop back. But that's it, guys. I'm not going to make you watch any more of this. I appreciate you. I really hope this helped. I hope this helped somebody with the looting mechanics of this. Been trying to get some more informational videos out later. Thank you guys again for the support, and as always, I will see you on the next video.